Here is why scripting will forever be one of my favorite manifestation methods. I discovered scripting as a manifestation technique 6 years ago now, and I discovered it when I was at an all-time low in my manifestation journey. I felt like I had tried so many different gimmicky techniques, and I was constantly just binge watching videos on different manifestation methods, and I tried them all. And I was on the verge of giving up, thinking maybe I'm just not good at manifestation, maybe I can't get any of these techniques to work for me. And when I was at that point of basically letting go and total surrender, I stumbled upon an Abraham Hicks video where somebody in the audience shared that 6 months prior they had written a letter to Abraham thanking her for things that they actually didn't have in their lives yet, but they wrote the thank you letter as if those things had manifested. And they read that letter to themselves. They didn't send it to Abraham. They read it to themselves every day, and they allowed the letter to make them feel like those things were already done. And then in this video where the person is sharing this story with Abraham, they then finished off by saying, now every single one of those things that I wrote down in that thank you letter to you has come true, is my reality, has manifested. They all just fell into place magically and really quickly and easily. So when I heard this example, when I heard this story, I just thought, wow, that sounds straightforward and fun and simple. And so I think it's really important for me to share with you that from day one of scripting, I felt very free of resistance and just felt like, sure, let me give it a go. Let me have fun with it. Let me play it like a game. And I think that's really important because there are some people who approach scripting with a much more sort of dense, stressed out energy, like I have to get this to work for me and it needs to happen, and it needs to happen by this date, and it's all very desperate and lack-based energy. It doesn't work as well when you're approaching it like that. So if you want to give this a go, give it a go with your most light-hearted, fun energy. And if it resonates with you, if you feel like, cool, what have I got to lose? Let me pick some things that I want to manifest. Let me write it like a thank you letter as if it's already happened. And let me read that letter to myself every day for about 30 days and just see what happens in the next few months that follow that. Approach it with that energy. That is really key. So I'm going to walk you through some details now of how to write the scripting letter from years of practice. Thousands of people in my audience have tried scripting for themselves and got amazing results, by the way. Oh, and also to support you even more with this, I have created a free step-by-step scripting guide that you can download in the description in the comments below. And it's a PDF that guides you through a template of how to write your letter. You'll also see excerpts of countless scripting letters that I've written over the years. Excuse my messy handwriting, but hopefully you can still read my letters. I think it's the best way to just like see real life examples of things I wrote down that then came true. So I usually recommend that people think about goals that they would like to manifest that, again, don't feel super out of reach, or don't just pluck things out of nowhere. Think about what your next level would look like and feel like. What does your next level look like to you? What could come into your life that makes you feel like, yeah, we're at the next level now. Things are moving, things are happening. The things we once were working towards and were dreaming about is now mine. It's now my reality. So I usually recommend picking a handful of goals that feel important to you, that feel fun for you when you think about them. If there are goals where you're like, every time you think about it, you just have this pain and you just feel just horrible whenever you think about them, maybe leave them out of this scripting letter for now. Just keep this letter really light-hearted and fun and lovely feeling. And also, in the meantime, support yourself in feeling less dark about that particular area in your life. Help yourself to heal through that, start telling yourself new stories about that. And then when you're feeling a little bit more optimistic about that area in your life, have fun with adding it to the scripting letter. That's my advice. That would be my tip, okay? So once you've got your handful of things that you want to add to your scripting letter, who are you gonna write your scripting letter to, okay? You can write it to whoever you like. I've said Dear Abraham Hicks before. I've said Dear Universe. That's a common one for me. You can really write this letter to whomever or whatever you feel some kind of connection to, something or someone you would want to express gratitude for having helped you to attract these amazing things into your life. So, dear universe, thank you so much. And then go ahead and write a little tiny paragraph about each of the goals that you want to manifest as if they've already happened. So write it in the past tense. I now have this. We are now doing this. I've accomplished this. We just got the all clear on this. We just completed on this. That's an example of how you write sentences about your goals. Then once you've written I now have this, add a second sentence underneath each one that adds even more feeling. How does that make you feel? How is life different? What's changed because of that? What are you able to now do? How are you able to now feel? So write an extra sentence in each paragraph as you go through it. It brings these goals to life. Instead of it just being a list of goals, it's becoming a letter where you are recounting, is that the word? Where you are sharing how your life is now, what's changed and why it feels so good. And that's a really important difference between writing a list of goals, which is already great, to creating a scripting letter, which is just magic. By the way, did you know that you are 42% more likely to achieve a goal by writing it down? And that's just writing it down like a list of goals. So you could see why scripting works so well, because we're taking writing a list of goals and we're taking it to a whole new level with how we are using this letter. So once you've written your paragraph about each of the things that you want to manifest, sign your name at the bottom. I usually say thank you, thank you, thank you. Sign my name, couple of kisses, whatever. And then I keep it short because the next thing is you're going to read the scripting letter every day for 30 days, roughly. Don't worry, like I get questions in the comments like, can I read it for longer? And what if I want to read it for 2 months? And can I write another letter after I've written the first one? There's no rules to that. It's not like the universe is going to say, you only read it for 29 days, not for 30. Sorry, you can't have what you want. No, it's not like that. I say as a rough guide, read this letter for 30 days because that way you're being consistent with this. You're repeatedly showing your mind, your subconscious. You're feeding, your mind with this focus. This is where we're going. This is what's real. This is what we're creating. This is what has already been created. So place your scripting letter on your bedside table so that you can read it every morning when you wake up, first thing, before you touch your phone, before you do anything else, while you're still groggy, while your subconscious mind is still more open, before you've fully woken up yet, pick that scripting letter up and read it to yourself. Oh yay, thank you universe, these things have happened. Da, 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 da. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then get on with your day. Second time of day to read this scripting letter is just before you go to sleep. So just before you turn out the light, pick up your scripting letter, read it to yourself again so your last thoughts of the day focused on, yes, this is my reality. This is what has happened. And then for me, here's how it worked out. I read it for about 30 days, genuinely forgot about the letter. It actually fell behind the back of my bedside table, but you could put it away in a drawer or something like that. And then go ahead and live your life and be open to the signs, to the opportunities, to the people, to the book recommendations. You never know how your subconscious mind is going to lead you to making what you wrote down come true. So just trust the process and follow the breadcrumbs, because you're only going to be able to connect the dots looking backwards, as Steve Jobs would say, and let it unfold and take the action. Don't stop yourself. Don't hold yourself back. This is where I do a lot of mindset work with my aligned students, where I help them to stop stopping themselves. I help them to feel safe to allow these things to come in. The scripting technique is a really powerful tool, which when combined with taking action and allowing yourself to have what you want, creates the most incredible tailwind. It's like adding a tailwind to your goals, where it's just propelling you forwards in that direction rather than feeling like you're on a hamster wheel going nowhere. So I've had scripting letters where something came true within 3 months. I've had scripting letters where things came true within 1 month. In general, it takes about 6 to 12 months for everything on my scripting letters to come true for me. But I never hold myself to a deadline. I never watch the clock and think, when's it coming? Because again, that's adding resistance, that's radiating the energy of it isn't here yet, it still hasn't happened yet, and we don't want to radiate that energy. Just have fun, live your life, follow the signs, take the action, and be in awe as things fall into place. So like I said, don't forget to download the free scripting guide. That will be a great help if you want to give scripting a go for yourself. It will remain one of my favorite manifestation techniques, and I hope it becomes one of yours as well. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. Until next time, bye.